morning, everyone. Let's go find lost space. First thing that came to mind as to finding lost space is Jalan Dago Pojok. As you can see, it is always this crowded. So, it might occur to you of this particular phenomenon of the street. Yep. How it exactly that there are always people gathered in this very narrow street? What is it about Jalan Dago Pojok that makes even heavy vehicles, such as cars, want to be crumbled in such space, despite encountering many hindrances? When the street is in fact occupied with many kinds of activities, mainly street markets, shopping pickups, and etc. Oh, and let's not forget, kids are apparently everywhere. But before we go further into the phenomenon, we've got to trace back into the bigger picture, and that is approach to urban architecture. There are four stances when it comes to urban architecture, Beato and Logan, namely functionalist stance, which envisions the city as a collective of uses to be accommodated, such as residence, work, leisure, and the traffic system that serve them. And next one would be humanist stance, which is all about examining of small-scale elements on day-to-day experience. And next one is systemic stance, which emphasizes large-scale elements of urban design and seeks overall order for an urban place. And last one that we've got to be more focused on is formalist stance, which values universal configuration of urban space and form. When we want to perceive a city and how it's assembled, we've got to see from the historical point of view of the place. So it's safe to say that urban form is never innocent of social content. Moreover, there are three things as to city assembly, namely urban division, public places, and street. Speaking of urban division, Christoph argued that there are three things of why areas are divided, namely royal district, though that's not really relevant to this day, and next one is religious district, and last one that actually has a great influence is market district. When we're talking about urban division, Jalan Dago Pojok is classified as public places within residential area. In fact, it is a two-way street, even though it's not comply with the standard of one. We can assume that the environment is not purposely built, but as a result of segregation, informal division, and etc. In this case, due to the fact that there are urban separation between Dago, Ciumbuluit, and Jisitu, many people are benefited from Jalan Dago Pojok as it becomes threshold of those settlement areas. Besides that, there are primary demands of the contemporary society from a place to live near vital places, such as Burmese Hospital, Bandung Institute of Technology, and so on. And it is where economic activities take place, mainly by street market. I don't think that it's safe to walk across the street, even if it's late evening, simply because there will always be a good amount of local people along the edge of the street. Oh, and quite a good amount of light, thanks to residents. Speaking of formalist stance, based on a book by Roger Transick, the title is Finding Lost Space, he found three strategies to form place, namely figure ground, linkage, and eventually place itself. So, you might guess it right. The street functions as a linkage. It is shortcut to Jisitu and Ciumbuluit as well, from Dago Bandung. After all, architecture of the city is all about connecting and separating machines and human, in this case vehicles and pedestrians. Eventually, good design is all about finding the best way to separate and connect between those two. As a conclusion, Jalan Dago Pojok can be classified as lost spaces, but not necessarily means as a redundant space. It's suffice to say, Jalan Dago Pojok has many potential as to mobility for social and economic means. Whether or not it needs further development as part of town planning, it's safer as of now to set limited public access to this area as it's more suitable for local inhabitants or pedestrians. So that's all our trip for today.